Hey there, thank you for joining me. I'm in the middle of insulating some houses. I always do that in the middle of the night. I'm pretty sure the villagers are very appreciative of this. Nothing beats somebody hammering on your walls in the middle of the night. Yeah, it requires a lot of limestone, so this is going to take quite some time. You can see here the houses that are done. They're not lighting up green again. And then we have some greenhouses there that I need to do still. And then I use daub for upgrading the shed, the barn, and productive structures, I should say. Alright guys, it took a while, but we have unlocked the mine in the middle of the night. I'm still in the process of finishing this house, but I built two big houses, the biggest ones that we can build. I figured we need some more room in case we can recruit Alwin. I still don't know, I didn't look it up or anything. But also the other reason is, if I build two big houses, it's gonna add to the point towards the mine. Killing two birds with, well, a lot of stones in this case. So I was comparing the hen house to the goose house, and we have 4 chickens, and we have 3 geese, and the ladies that are taking care of both the geese and the chickens, they have the same skill level 3. If we look at the chickens, I put the focus on 90% egg, 10% feathers. You can kind of see that it's almost 10 eggs and almost 2 feathers. That's with 4 mature chickens. If you go to the geese, the same focus, 90% and 10% on the feathers, you can see that the geese produce a lot more feathers and the eggs hardly compare to the chickens. It's probably best to max out, if I need feathers that is, which I do, then I can actually max out the feathers in the geese house and simply max out the eggs in the chicken house to get the most production from both of those structures. It's an exciting day here. We're on our way to the cave where we can then build our mine. That will give us access to metals and salt and I'm not sure what all. But we'll have to wait and see. But of course there might be a couple of bears waiting for us. So I did equip, in this case I equipped a longbow and some copper arrows because they do more damage than the crossbow. And the crossbow is really not that convenient because it takes forever to reload charge. So I have the longbow and a couple of spears on me. The mine is complete, and we were lucky enough we did not encounter a bear. So now it's time to go home and assign some people to this mine and get some metals going. It's the start of a new year, so we have an event, News of War. News spreads around the land that a war has broken out between our neighboring country and their enemies. Let us hope we don't have to get involved. This might increase the prices of goods. Poor bastards. Hey, as long as I'm not involved, I don't care. Well, let's go for poor bastards, I guess. I don't know what's gonna happen now. All villagers lost 1 moot. Everyone is a bit worried. Okay. And it's tax season. So, ask our lovely wife to pay the taxes again.
Hello.
I have a favor to ask of you. Could you take this money to the Castellan to pay our taxes? 8,138 coins in taxes. Okay, she has a quest for us, which is great. I will do that later. Because first things first, we have to check out Alwin and see what he wants to do right now. Alright, the time has come to speak to Alwin and see what he has in mind this time. He's back working in the fields, it looks like. Hello, my friend, how are you doing? Well, just like the first day we met, you don't look happy. Why do you think so? You don't have to worry about me so much. Are you sure this is the life you want? No, but this is the one I have, and as you know, I have a lot of work ahead of me. I understand. Okay. So we have to speak to Gazella. We've spoken to her before. She's that hunter lady. Greetings, great huntress. I come in peace. What do you want? Straight to the point, alright. Do you remember Alwin? Of course. Well, did you appreciate training with him? What are you up to? Look, he is a good hunter, but it hurt him a lot when he lost to me. Now why are you telling me this? Why would I care? You're one of the most renowned hunters in this valley. I note you're always alone on the trail. Isn't that a burden? Can be, but I enjoy the space that I have. I understand your point. Nevertheless, wouldn't you make use of an apprentice? I believe that work in the fields is not Alwyn's destiny. I don't need a wimp that gives up whenever he fails. I see. Just don't kill me for giving you this idea. I'm pretty calm, so do not tempt me, or I might take the opportunity after all. And by the way, if that was supposed to be funny, know that I'm not into jokes. Back to the topic indeed. I have trained the young lad before. I may even have a proposal for him, one he won't be able to refuse. That's great, I'm going to tell him. My offer is a one-way path with no turning back, but before that happens, he has to bring me something special to prove he's worthy. I want to see that he is ready for what awaits him. He will. Thank you for giving him a second chance to share the path with you. I'm a lone hunter. I've given Alwin some hints, but I'm no mentor. I plan to set him on a path to the south, past the mountain ridge. It's the place of my homeland, where I learned all my skills from my kin. Their survival and hunting knowledge is far greater than mine now. Starting a family and setting in a village became my weak spot. That's why Alwin needs to experience a true untouched wilderness with another master. This means he will leave the valley for good, a final trial to become independent. Don't forget, he has to convince me first, or the deal is off. Now get lost. I'm gone. Well, I'm glad these stories are not too long. Hey, Alwin. Hello again. Alright, that's enough. Get ready. For what? Gazella has plans for you, but needs to be sure you're worthy. Did she tell you that? Well, maybe she didn't use these words exactly, but I kept the meaning. And what does she expect of me? That I would throw it all away and become a lone hunter like she is? The best one in these lands and beyond. It's possible. Don't you want this? Sure, I wish I could. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, so I wonder what special item he has to create. Okay, are you saying that if I just go to Gazella, she'll make me her journeyman? I think her plans exceed traditional training. There's an incredible journey looming into the distance for you. I'm sure it reaches beyond the borders of the valley. You almost swept me off my feet. That's so exciting. But first things first, you can't return to her empty-handed. She has to be convinced you're worthy. How about hunting a Wyzant? Now, where do I find a Wyzant now? It was a Gazella who always tracked animals when we hunted together. Don't be afraid, my friend. I know exactly where you can find them. Oh boy. Please don't tell me it's an escort. Thank you, but that doesn't change the fact that I don't even have a bow anymore. Alright, I can do something about that. I'll bring you a really great bow, but promise me something. What? That you will stop doubting yourself. Deal. I will be back soon. Great. We have to deliver to him a recurve bow. Now, if I'm not mistaken, we still have a recurve bow. Let me double check on that. I'm not sure if that qualifies. Okay. Yes, it seems to qualify. Alright, so we got this great recurve bow. It's made from the Acme brand, like in the cartoons. So what could possibly go wrong? Hey, Alwin. Here you have a recurve bow worthy of a good hunter. Although smaller and easier to carry around than a longbow, it has comparable power, if not even stronger. It's the proper tool to hunt a Wyzant. That's really generous of you. However, I still don't know how to track down a Wyzant. No, but you will learn that soon from your journeys. But I need to know how to impress Gazella if she's to guide me. You may be right this time. First things first, I will help you one last time. Oh lord. There's a Wyzant lurking around in the woods north of Barovo. It must have its feeding grounds there. Try to learn every detail by heart when tracking it. Thank you so much. But do you really think I can do this? Alwin, the only way to find out is taking a leap of faith and trying it. I know you can. Your future depends on it. You're right, I can do it. I will do it. Blah, 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 blah. I will hear about Alwin the Hunter one day, no doubt. Take care of yourself. I will. Farewell, and here, take these. I won't need them anymore. What does he give me, a hoe? Yes, he gave me a hoe and a sight. But they're made from iron, so that is actually pretty cool. And our wife has a quest again. Maybe that will lead to a new villager. We'll see. I'm finally able to do some cleaning with our son out of the house. He's been stealing all the good stains from me lately. What new game is he up to now? He has an imaginary friend. I remember having one at this age as well. Have you ever had one? Never. I had real friends. Oh, don't be grump. It's harmless fun. Go and see for yourself. I'm sure you'll change. I'm sure you'll change your mind. I'll give it a try. So we have to speak to Jan or Jon. Where's he at? I've acquired a new friend. Holy crap. He's 2 years old and he has a vocabulary that is surpassing mine. So I've heard. Your mom told me about it. What's his name? I don't actually know. He wouldn't give it to me. He says it's safer that way. Of course it is. And where is he from? Is he from the valley? No, he says from a very distant place. A place that hasn't been built yet. I see. Very mysterious. Okay, I'll leave you two alone. Have fun. There's one more thing, Father. You could aid us with something. Unbelievable, this 2-year-old. What is it? He needs new clothing. Something more local, as he put it. Son, I don't know if I have time to play pretend. But it's really important. He just needs a shirt, trousers, and shoes, whatever the kind. He's about your size. Fine, I'll see what I can do. Well, it's not really surprising that Jan is so intelligent, because if you look at his stats, it's just crazy, this guy. Look at his numbers. He basically has the best numbers of the whole village. So he's hyper intelligent. He must have gotten that from his mom. And he got the great looks. And he must have gotten those from his mom as well. Simple linen shirt. Simple shoes. And trousers. Simple shoes. Alright, we can craft a simple shirt. And then we have to craft some trousers. There we go. Where's he at? Oh boy. I have clothes for your friend. Great, exactly what I needed. Anything else? Actually, yes. I'll be needing a hammer as well. And what would you need a hammer for? It's not for me, it's for him again. Is it really necessary? What does he do exactly? He is a traveler and wants to go back home, but his carriage got broken, so he needs to fix it first. Alright, I'll get you your hammer. And it needs to be a metal one. Oh, come on. A copper hammer. Okay. Well, we first have to unlock it. Here we go again. 2 copper bars and a stick. Alright. We need copper tools. A copper hammer. I really love the animation in the smithy. Looks really cool and everything. Looks like he's inside. There he is. Here's your hammer. I feel like a bad parent giving it to you, though. And he's constantly saying, what took you so long? It's unbelievable, this guy. You shouldn't. I'm not going to be the one using it. Now I only need one more thing. I really should be going back to work, but fine. I can do one more. What do you need? You didn't tell me yet. I need to wait until tomorrow. Will you come and see me then? You know I will, you little bug. Oh, lordy. I gotta say, his imaginary friend is very specific and detailed. So Jan is sound asleep. Time to wake him up. Listen, son, I have a lot on my mind today. I can't keep helping you with your imaginary friend's every whim. Imaginary? Do you think I was playing pretend all this time? Well, of course, your mother said. Never mind, my real friend has already left. He fixed his carriage and went back home. Here, take this. He gave me a coin to remember him by. I wouldn't even think that you didn't believe me this whole time. I'm so sorry, son. I thought you were just playing a game. Many children have imaginary friends. That's just silly. If you ever lose your coin, you can come back for another one. He gave me a few, but try not to. They are important to me. Now go. You said you were busy. I can't do those things tomorrow. What you say we spend a day together? No, thank you. I'm busy myself today. It's really funny for a 2-year-old. Okay, see you later, buddy. Okay. So, what did I get? Did I get something special? I missed it. We got a coin. Strange coin. This coin is surprisingly light but rigid. It virtually begs to be tossed. Alright. So I did look it up. To date, there is really no clear purpose of that coin. A lot of people are posting on Reddit. Reddit, to me, is a very reliable source of information. Probably the most reliable there is. And when you do something with the coin, you can kind of flip it. Let's see. Drop. Heads. There's a coin. So the moment you drop it, you in the left upper corner, you see if it had heads or tails. So that is kind of funny. Let's do that again. So we're going to drop it. Pay attention to the upper left corner here. Tails. Great. So I was doing my daily round, or my seasonal round of hopping from village to village using the cab service. Because we can actually use a male villager. We recruited Alice as last in one of the 2 new houses, so we can put a male with her. And this mule, mooi meer, it has 3 production.
How is life treating you?
So let's see what he really likes to do. Could you tell me something about your skills? Option 3. Trust. They know I'm a hard-working and very reliable companion. Oh, that sounds great to me. Let's recruit him. Alright guys, I was on my way to my mine, and I noticed this bandit camp here, which I've never seen before, so that must have spawned recently. And I'm trying to figure out how many are in there. I think there's actually 3 or 4 in there. So that is interesting. So we have to be very careful with that, I guess. Maybe I can sneak up here on the hill, get a couple of arrows in. It's actually more than that. It's 5 of them. Oh boy. Well, good thing you can kind of kite them, because that's... Especially in a game where you cannot have any armor or... Okay, so we got one. Hopefully I can get my arrows back, because yeah. Copper arrow here. That is... I'm not sure how to do that normally, because you cannot have any armor or anything, so... Am I missing everything? Okay. So I killed 3, there's still 2 left. And there's a guy walking there. Oh, okay. Maybe that's one of my miners that they actually walked that far. That's, I'm not used to that. I built a storage, a tier 1, a small one, over here. As far as I know, there's only one way to really put this down in this area, across from the mine. because that will actually be really helpful in case I want to mine myself. Just like with most of the things, I can also go in here and mine copper and tin and things like that, but I'm kind of worried that, because you can really go deeper and deeper and deeper in there. I'm just kind of worried that I'm going to run into a bear, so I don't want to do it right now. I might check it out next season. Took a cab ride to Danica. The reason being is that I have a sheepfold, but I had no clue that the sheepfold is actually a fold for sheep and goats. So the problem with the sheepfold is that right now it's not producing any milk, and I was like confused as to why it wasn't producing any milk. So sheep milk apparently is not a thing in the game. So we have to get a couple of goats. Oh, let's see how much they are. Little females, 1200. Big one is 2400. Okay, we'll buy a female. And, well, there's a little male. Let's put that male in there, and then we can buy another female. And then we're almost broke, believe it or not. So it's time to sell some stuff. I'm pretty sure that I have another spot free in the herbalist huts. So yeah, let's just get him. So I traveled on to Baranica, and there's a lady that is actually good at production. So we'll recruit her. Alright guys, let me show you a little change that I made. Because I started thinking, if we sort the farming skill, and we actually look to see who are our best farmers. I originally had Drogomira and Eric in the farm shed, so they were farming the fields and harvesting the orchards. But I did some googling, and it appears that the higher skill has really no effect on how they plow and sow the field. Just like people on Reddit were already suggesting, that's kind of what I was thinking as well. That it makes a bigger impact to have the higher skill, for example, assigned to barn workers, because then they can do a lot more work in the barn, and the lower farmer skills assigned to the fields, and anything in between. As you can see, the level 4s I have assigned to animal breeders, because the skill has a direct impact on the eggs, the fodder, the manure, things that you're getting from that. The skill has no impact on the breeding, by the way, as far as I know. So that's why the highest skill farmers should really be assigned to the barn. So I have 2 barn workers, but the total skill is 14. And yeah, they can get really a lot of work done in there. And the lower skills, they are just as good as farming the fields as the higher skills. Because the animation, apparently, from what I read, is just the same speed. There's no benefit of having a level 7 field worker compared to a level 3 field worker. So that's why I made some changes, and this should be increasing the overall efficiency, I think. So I'm kind of looking forward and see what's going to happen here. Alright, so I added another field. This is pure flax. And we have 2 flax fields now. Let me pull those up. We got flax and flax export. The flax export is basically to sell the flax seed, because they sell really nice. I think it's for 7 or 8 that I can sell them for each seed. Flax is also important for linen threads and linen fabric and overall clothing production. So you have really 2 big fields now. I probably will have to help the farmers here, because this is really a lot of work. And I'm not sure if it's the season right now to actually sow the flax, but we'll figure that out. There's no rush with this. Let me show you the progress in the little town here. It looks really great with all those trees popping up. So I'm not sure. They're still harvesting some of the fruits. As you can see, it's just so much work. I made some changes over here. As you might remember, we had that misaligned building here, the smith. And I put 2 sewing huts here, and the smithy is actually on this side now. I might put another one down eventually. I'm not sure yet. Depends on how it goes with food and wood, because we're expanding really fast again, and I'll have to keep an eye on that. So this is all nicely aligned. This will all, of course, again, be fine-tuned and spruce up with some fencing. This area, I'm just waiting for the taverns. Well, we made a lot of progress. I think I recruited six new villagers this episode. We built a mine, so we're now getting a steady supply of metals and ores and salt, also stone. So it was a very, I think, productive episode. Alright guys, thanks for watching, and hopefully you guys will be there next time to see what we build and recruit then. Bye bye.